I can say I went to Palm Springs or whatever. I don't have to brag about my golf, but I could. I wanted to maybe one of my neighbors was asking me about because we have these Asian people, like 2 doors down,
Yep.
that fish,
Hmm.
and I think they throw fucking fish heads and shit in the dumpster.
Oh no.
Dude, it smells like Queen Latifah's asshole. The fucking dumpster. What? And bro, uh, the other day I'm fucking walking back from my car. I'm cleaning my car out with a fishing pole and a fucking tackle box. I haven't fished in 6 years.
Yeah.
And then the neighbor way down knows about the fish head fucking issues. And he goes, "Oh, we got another fisherman, don't we?" So he's like assuming I'm throwing
That
dead
you're
fish in
doing
there
it.
too.
Oh shit.
Yeah. And I'd say, well, I just wanted, I wanted to remind you of your fucking wife, you piece of shit. When you open the lid, you filthy fucking animal. Your dirty fucking smelly wife. Okay? That's what I wanted to remind you of. So you feel at home.
Oh shit.
I know, I should have saved that.
No, you're good. I actually got all of that.
All right.
We'll cut this part and send it to him. Oh shit. Yeah, no, we are good when you are ready, man.
All right. All right, we're ready to go. We're back here. It's been a long time, ladies and gentlemen. And the only reason I'm doing it is because I find out every day that I have more and more fans, Brandon. We're up to 7 now.
Yes, sir.
A buddy, a golf buddy of mine, a firefighter and I guess EMT guy.
Hmm.
Is that what it is? Emergency medical technician? Is
Yeah,
that what
yeah.
that
They usually
means?
have a couple EMTs on like fire truck.
But he said, "Oh, dude, you got some cool opinions, man. I like listening to your podcast." I don't know if he was blowing smoke or not, but I don't think he was because he definitely listened to it.
For someone to mention it, that makes you feel awesome.
Exactly. Just the fact that someone listened to 5 minutes of it is like, all right, you know what? They're
Right.
taking the time to see what we have to say, check it out, a little bit of support, whatever. So I'm doing it for that kid. A couple coworkers yesterday were saying, "Oh yeah, we listened a little more of your stuff, Mikey. The shit that comes out of your mouth, man, I can't even believe it." And it's like,
Yeah.
I'm just a regular guy, Brandon.
Yeah.
And a regular guy with regular opinions. Not really a regular opinions. That kind of goes against what we're doing here. But their opinions. But I like to think a lot of them are true because time and time again, conspiracy theories are proven true, Brandon. We've seen that plenty of times throughout the course of humanity. And, I just came back from Palm Springs.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, man, the weather there, I don't know how anyone has water at all. I don't think it's rained there since Obama was in office. But dude, it's 95 degrees, dry heat.
Hmm.
So 95 to 100 degrees there feels like today. Because, it's 75 and
humidity.
probably humid here.
Hmm.
Feels like there, 100 degrees would feel the same way. And like your skin actually feels decent too in the dry heat. I freaking love it. The golf is unbelievable. But, California's a mess. And the lack of water does scare me a little bit, but man, let me tell you, those scenic mountain views too.
Yeah.
Oh my
bet.
God, when I was, just standing buck naked in my hotel room, looking out the window with, you know, uh, my little Jimmy Jam hanging out. I'm like just saying, I'm blessed to be here
Yeah.
and looking at this shit. It's freaking beautiful. So now I'm back here,
Yeah.
and I played golf when I got back, dude. It was 60 degrees. Oh, not bad, right?
Mm.
30-mile-an-hour wind with 40-mile-an-hour gusts.
Oh shit.
Oh, dude, it was brutal. It was the first round in a long time where I wanted it to end. Halfway through it, I was like, please just get me out of here.
Right.
But you know what? Now the weather broke, and it's a little warmer. The wind isn't as bad.
Hmm.
So I kind of timed it well. I missed some shitty weather here in Palm Springs, came back. Now I'm ready to rock. I got a golf tournament in a month.
Hey.
down the Cape, so that should be good.
All right.
But what about you're going to Cali?
Yeah. So I'm gonna go next week. I'm flying on a plane for the first time.
You've never been on a plane.
Not once. Well, I've been on like one of those shitty little like ones that you can get on like the municipal airport and like pay a guy to fly you around like Gillette. I've done that, but I've never actually been on like an actual plane.
Heck yeah.
So it'll be fun.
No doubt. I mean, it's not bad, dude. I mean, like, I wouldn't worry too much. Now, do you have a direct flight? Or
Yeah.
is it do you have a late, are you just
No,
one
yeah,
way? Oh, there you
nonstop.
go.
Yeah, yeah.
Nonstop. Are you going to LAX, the big boy?
Yes, sir.
Oh, dude.
Is that where I die?
It's madness there.
Yeah.
Dude, you have the 101. It's Route 101, but they call it the 101 because if you're cool and you're from there, you say the 101. So that's
Yeah.
what you got to say to some
It's like our Route
person.
1. Yeah.
Just be like, "Oh, how are the roads on the 101?" to just some random guy, and they'll be like, "Oh, you're a cool Cali guy. Yeah, man. Surf's up." You know. But the traffic is brutal. There's like 5-6 lane highways, or that road is like 6 lanes.
Oof.
Stop dead traffic for like 8 hours of the day in the
Yeah.
morning and night.
Makes Providence look good.
Oh yeah, but I mean you'll enjoy it. It's a whole different freaking thing going on out there.
Mm.
I know you have a short trip, from what I hear.
Yeah, it's only a couple days.
Either way, well, mainly because you had to come back to school.
Yeah,
Is that
yeah.
What are you trying to do? Well, either way, enjoy it, dude. I hope you don't become a fag in the 3 days you're out there. You're gonna come back with, pink hair,
Yeah.
nipple rings. You might already have them for all I know. But don't. Maybe it's better you're only going for 3 days. If you were there for a week, I'd probably have to worry about that.
Yeah, Mike's going to be calling me, checking up on me.
Sending you a picture of a couple male underwear models and a couple like Victoria's Secret and be like, give me a thumbs up for which one you like. I already know what the answer is going to be.
Both of them.
The guy with the big package. Yeah. So, all right. We'll have a good time there. I know you're not leaving right away, but you'll enjoy it.
Hell yeah.
Don't down the plane.
I'll think about it.
Unless you get bored. You know what I mean?
We're overdue for another 9/11.
Yeah, we are. No, but don't worry about safety because, dude, you're way more safe flying. There hasn't been a crash on a commercial airline in like 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, that's what people tell me. It's one of the safest ways to travel now is on a plane. So.
But it means we're due for one. No. Shit. So just remember that. No.
All right, word.
Good deal. All right. Well, we'll get into an article here. I found one. I've been reading a little bit about this Ukrainian-Russian thing, and it seems like just another war, an unnecessary war. And the funny thing about this one, America's not even involved.
Not directly involved in
Right.
the conflict.
Exactly.
Right.
There's no soldiers in the Ukraine fighting. Maybe we have troops there or something, but we're not involved with it like we were in, the Ukraine war, the Gulf War, and all that stuff.
Yeah,
So-
Afghanistan, stuff like that. Yeah.
Right. That's why. So the main gist of the article is talking about it's called "Why Funding Ukraine is just dead wrong." So the package now is about 43 billion as of now, what they want to send over there. But the main issue with this is that how much, now it'd be one thing if it was like COVID stimulus checks that Americans got that we're sending to the Ukrainian people. But of that, I kind of went through it. They have a list of all the stuff where it's going. Most of it is military related. Only less than $1 billion is actually going to the Ukrainian people.
Mm-hmm.
And how much of that $1 billion that they allotted, they're saying like medical aid to them, and then help for refugees, and housing and all that stuff, but less than $1 billion. So not much is actually going to the Ukrainian people. Most of that money is going to go for weapons purchases. And really, so it actually, a lot of that 43 billion will get funneled back to America, to the defense companies.
Mm-hmm.
So we've already given them a bunch of weapons, right? So they're going to buy more weapons with all that money. And what's going to happen? The stockpiles of, you know, military stuff and weapons that the American companies have is going to dwindle down to nothing. So they're going to have to re-up, like the Ukrainians are going to buy all our stuff, so we're going to have to produce a lot more, and then the profits for all these companies like Raytheon and Lockheed Martin are going to stay sky high. And a lot of that money is going to end up going to these congressmen that voted on the bill, because there's plenty of lobbyists for defense companies in Washington. So they're going to line their pockets. The defense companies and the politicians, that's the bottom line. So is it really going to help the civilian populations of America or the Ukraine? Forget America for now, but no, it's really not going to. And the one guy who is kind of, there might be a couple other ones, but the main guy opposed to it is Rand Paul. And just like his father, you can call him Dr. No, because Ron Paul said no to everything in Congress. Whenever they proposed a new bill to help the little midget humpback lepers, you know, he said no. No, like, let them figure it out. They're little midget humpback lepers, but they can get their own job. We don't have to tax the whole, American population for this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So he is a lot like his father, and I think Ron Paul is like, in my opinion, he's the greatest American politician of all time, because he was a non-interventionist. He wanted the money to be kept home in America. He didn't see a point to these faraway wars that America, frankly, can't win anyways.
Mm-hmm.
So I applaud Rand Paul, and that's a super unpopular opinion when you have everyone in Congress voting for something and you don't. You have to have balls to do that. So he's got a brass set.
Yeah,
I'll
for
give him
real.
credit for that.
No, especially nowadays when you're expected to follow a narrative, especially if you're in that position. So yeah, props to him for sure.
For sure. And then comparison-wise, this 43 billion, ready? So the 43 billion is roughly 3 times the final cost of Trump's wall that he wanted to build. His unfinished wall now. Unfortunately, he got ousted, and we have a half-finished wall, which kind of sucks. But, either way, it's only 1/3. The wall was less than 1/3, okay, than this. And also, the Gulf War in 91. In inflation-adjusted dollars, that war cost $14 billion. So it's like 3 times the cost of that war. And we actually fought in that war. There's no soldiers on the ground in the Ukraine. So what's the point? I mean, I already said it, but it's really to just keep the corporate war machine going. I can't think of any other reason. And, the reason I wanted to talk about it, I know it's still probably all over the news. Yeah, it must be. Maybe it's calming down a little bit, but there's still, they got CNN freaking actors, okay, and in the Ukraine staging whatever, fucking trying to exploit it. But, I don't. The reason I wanted to talk about it, because back home here, we're really the ones that are going to suffer from this, Brandon. Inflation is already out of control, okay? So the sanctions on Russia, we're not getting the fertilizer we need, okay? Food prices are going through the roof. Now, the oil situation, which is not a mess as big of a deal as the food thing with Russia,
Right.
but still, gas prices are going through the roof. Oil's going through the roof. when do we get a break in America? You know, I don't know when we get a break. So now the 43 billion, we could use that here. Like
Yeah.
literally, giving them aid, what it's doing is going to take off the table any chance of a peace deal. And the funny thing is, there's this liberal guy out there. I don't know his name, but he's in the article. But he's saying Trump is the only one that could de escalate the situation in the Ukraine, which is a little fabricated. And it's easy for Trump to say we shouldn't be doing this because he's not in office. It's much easier to say things when you're not in office and you don't have to deal with the heat of all the other politicians,
Right.
and Americans and all that. But let's be honest here. There was less war with Trump. Now, I think he's the one that started the Afghanistan thing, or pulling the troops out of I think Biden officially ended it.
Trump said he was gonna do.
Trump wanted to
Yeah.
start, he set that train in motion, and then maybe Biden ended it. So we finally get out of our pointless war in the Afghanistan, and we go right into this thing.
Mm-hmm.
And we're not even there. We're just giving them money. We want to prolong it. We want to prolong the conflict and see how many Russians can die. So the real thing is to just really weaken Russia, try to get Putin out of office, get a puppet in there, and then we can control Russia and the rest of the world.
Mm-hmm.
Well, like, it's 5,000 miles away, Brandon.
Yeah.
Focus on America. There's so many problems going on here,
Mm-hmm.
and they're worried about that. And, it kills me because the American people we're kind of over the Ukraine-Russian thing by this point. We're not paying attention. So they're trying to sneak these bills through without people paying attention.
Yep.
And it's only going to hurt us. It's only going to make inflation worse, even though inflation was inevitable anyways. But now this will be the blame of inflation, even though this whole Russia thing is only a small part of it.
Now they have a scapegoat.
Yeah, it's a great scapegoat.
Let me ask you something. If you're Biden, right, and you inherit what you inherit from Trump, regardless of your political opinion, right, and you get in there and Trump's trying to trying to get out of Afghanistan, and all the public knows is, oh, Trump wants to pull out of Afghanistan, and then Biden gets in there and he's like, I want to do that. But do you think maybe someone sits Biden down and is like, hey, we can do this, but there's X, Y, and Z reasons that aren't public, more that you don't know what's going on, that if we do this, it may result in ABC, whatever. Like, do you think it's always as simple as it's made out to be? It can't be.
Wait, so you're saying because Trump was the one that set the whole pull out of Afghanistan thing?
Right. He campaigned on, we're going to get out of Afghanistan, we're going to get out. He got in office, and then do you think someone sat him down and was like, hey, buddy, look, if we do this, like, you don't know about X, Y, and Z, how there's like a domino effect to that.
Definitely. So you're saying when Biden got in office, someone sat him down and said, this is what you should do because of this shit going on?
Or shouldn't do.
Should or
maybe
shouldn't
Trump
do.
took that advice, and that's why we never got out of Afghanistan during Trump's presidency, and then Biden kind of like, we're going to do it anyways.
They definitely do. They take it. Well, put it this way: they have like military personnel and ambassadors
Right.
all over the world that can communicate with them. Because think of when you're American president, how much shit can you actually do on your own without help? You can't be in 214 countries or whatever it is at once.
Right.
So you got to talk to all these guys, and I guess they can make the final call. I mean, they are the president. They're the leader of the free world. They should be able to.
Right.
But like you're saying, yeah, someone is going to sit him down, and basically that one key person, call it the bridge between, Afghanistan and America, like that guy who knows Afghanistan and America very well.
Right.
A guy like that is going to make the final decision, or a group of people.
Like his team, yeah.
Yeah, his team, exactly, because Biden doesn't know. And he's not going to make a whim decision going against someone like that and then potentially make the situation way worse.
Right.
So at the end of the day, you're right. There's people or a little group of people that are really making the decisions and they might have to convince the president what to do. They might have to convince him for 3 days straight. But
Right.
I think they're the ones that are really going to be the one to pull the trigger. And Biden will just be like, yeah, do whatever you want. I got a weak stream. I got to take my Flow Max. You know what I mean? Then I got my Roman delivery. The honey's going to be feeling good tonight. My little Tootsie Roll is going to be firm as a brick.
What is Roman delivery?
Oh, Roman? Roman's the new natural ED supplement, Brandon.
Oh, all right.
I had a pallet delivered to me the other day. Yeah, I'm 37 now, bud. You know what I mean?
Can we get them as a sponsor on the podcast, please?
I think we should. Dude,
Fuck
free
yeah, dude.
Roman for everyone.
Roman.com.
We'll give it to all the guys in the kitchen.
Just a bunch of angry stallions.
Guys, why do you all have Pringles cans under your pants? Man, you must be excited to see me. Oh, yeah, it's normal for me. I just walk around with this, big horse schlong all day. It's what I like to do.
Yes, sir.
So that's the deal with that, people. Don't believe what you hear about all the help going to the Ukrainian people. It's really only going to benefit American corporations and politicians. Okay, bottom line. So we'll move along. What is Roe v. Wade, and did it get overturned? Brandon, you're going to have to tell me about Roe v. Wade. I know this happened a while ago.
Yep.
And Roe v. Wade, it allowed abortion of some kind, or like
Right.
unlimited abortion.
So this caption right here says, in April 26, 1989, this photo shows Norma McCorvey,
All right.
known as Jane Roe, in the 1973 landmark Roe v. Wade ruling that expanded abortion rights in the U.S., holding a pro-choice sign with attorney Gloria, whatever. So it was back in the day.
All right. It allowed for more abortion. So
Right.
call it, after the first try. There were probably major restrictions on abortion before that.
Right.
Maybe saying, early in the first trimester, it's allowable under certain situations like rape or whatever. So it expanded for more abortion rights. So now this has been all over the news, kind of. Now they're trying to overturn it. It's a state that's trying to overturn it?
It's Mississippi.
All right, well, that makes sense because they're probably pretty conservative down there.
I would say so. So yeah, there's been a lot of uproar, obviously, with this. People saying that it's going to be like a state-by-state thing, that, people are going to, like, be taking vacations to get, like, abortions, and legitimate practicing doctors are going to lose their licenses.
Well, a lot of it, too, is related to money. So when they expand... Oh, wait a minute. No. They're repealing... They're trying to repeal abortion. So I was getting off track for a minute here. But wait, so they think people are going to take vacations to get abortions?
Pretty much. I mean, so if you make abortion illegal, you're going to be forcing people to get shoddy work done. Practicing doctors who want to continue the care for their patients who need it will get found out and lose their license, probably get fined or go to jail, things like that. People will be dying from, shoddy abortion work, things like that. And I think really what it boils down to is it's a conversation for the people, is like who decides, number one. I have no place to say. I have my feelings. I think, you shouldn't be killing. At 7 months, some babies are born, live fine lives. But then there's the cases where, like, it has, like, a nose for a brain or a heart. It's like it's not going to live outside the womb, in which point you should get the mother out of that dangerous situation. So it really just needs a conversation around it.
That's the rebuttal to trying to overturn it. People are saying that it's going to mess the medical system up
Oh, 100%.
if you like make abortion illegal, and that makes sense too. You know, it should be more commonsensical. Now, I know you were saying you have no place in this conversation because you have a penis, right?
Well, that's how I would feel about it. Yeah, personally.
But you didn't see like the 1993 or 4 movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger called Junior?
No.
Men can have babies, Brandon.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Arnold gave birth to a kid. I'm not even joking in this movie. That
Shit.
could be you one day.
Well, then I have it all wrong.
Okay? So your voice does matter. You know? I have a baby in my belly. Go Chargers. Yeah, dude, that was a funny movie. Danny DeVito was in that one too.
Oh, word. I like Danny DeVito. I like him in.
He's a good shit. Always Sunny.
Always Sunny. Yeah.
Oh, he's a nut. But either way, yeah, I mean, this is really a tough one. I think aborting a healthy fetus after the first trimester, I think is crazy. You know, there should be restrictions on that. There already might be. But it should be commonsensical. There are always situations where an abortion is probably necessary.
Right.
Now, the only thing about it, you think, like, what baby is going to be aborted? A healthy kid. Like, it could be the next Kanye West. You want to
True.
abort a potential Kanye West being born? Okay? I don't. Okay? That man is the black Jesus, Brandon. If babies like him are aborted, I don't even want to be alive anymore. Okay?
What if it was the best thing to have ever happened?
You know, you could make a case for that too, based on all the BS. But you just gotta love that guy for being himself.
Yeah, true.
But you know, no, honestly, a potential kid that could cure cancer could be aborted. That's what I think of. The next Michael Jordan. You know, who knows? But you know, like you, it should be left to the decision of the woman. But you know what? If there's a man involved, he can have a say to it. If it's his kid, he should be able to have some say. But this is an issue that will always rage on, and it'll never be solved. And that's why you have to meet somewhere in the middle between the two. You can't be too far right or left in this issue. You have to kind of just bend a little bit to do what makes sense. And hopefully that's what'll happen. It's sparking this conversation, like you said. So now more will be done to maybe make it more common sense like. I hope good things happen from it. But, you know, good luck to all the women out there if it affects you in any way.
Absolutely.
You know, I don't wish that decision on any woman. So, you know, just get involved if you really care, you know, because I don't. No, I do. Kind of.
Oh, man.
All right. Next up here. Yeah. Palm Springs will give $900 per month to transgender and non-binary residents. Now, this was kind of funny for me because I just went to Palm Springs.
Yeah. And everyone had a lot of questions for Mike when he came back.
Yeah. Dude, it was unbelievable. There was a giant bag full of hot dogs that I saw lying out at the hotel. I got a little suspicious. So that means lots of $900 checks are being written. No, but so it's another thing where, okay, so if you're LGBTQ friendly, okay, like Palm Springs, you want to do what you can to make these people feel at home. I hate to say these people because we know people like this, Brandon, and they're good people and we love them.
Right.
And they're probably self-conscious about it way more, and they think about it way more than any of us do.
Right.
But we accept them no matter what. So the only issue with this is that it's sort of discriminatory to other people because what about the normal person that might need 900? There could be an LGBTQ person and then a regular guy in the same situation, and that guy, that guy, all right, it's too hard to say that many letters. That guy is going to get help, and the other dude is going to be stuck playing with himself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So they ought to do a bill for like everybody, you know, something like just give $900 if you have a male or female sexual organ. If you have one organ or the other, you get 900. If you have both, double it.
18. Yeah.
Hey, for having a penis, $900.
Hey.
If you have a big, beautiful one, you might get more. You know?
If you're hung real well.
Yeah. I mean, so there's really not a whole lot to say about this. And I think they might have gone through with it. But, oh, yeah, okay, that's so not everyone is in favor of universal basic income. That essentially we ought to, instead of just give LGBTQ people 900, give everyone a $900 UBI.
Right.
They might as well, and I don't agree with that, but that's what, if they're going to give them 900, everyone should get it.
Can you imagine if it was like all stay-at-home moms get a $900 a month or something like that, and like there's stay-at-home dads, but it was only specified for stay-at-home moms? The world would go fucking crazy, or the United States would go fucking crazy with the feminist and the male people fighting each other.
Right. No, and that's already a big issue. You know, women in the workplace, it's been good. It's been good for the American family because they're bringing more money to the table, but women in the workforce has, I think, hurt male and female relationships in a lot of ways. It can create resentment. Then you have women that are probably acting too masculine, and you know, that's, guys aren't going to go for that. It's like, I'm the one with the beanbag here. You know,
right? You want to wear the pants.
Yeah, and that's it's not necessarily the case, but it blurs the lines between you know, men and women a little bit.
If you're insecure, that will be a problem. If you don't find fulfillment with what you do as a male, whether you're not bringing home money, if your wife is the one who like brings home the money and the male is like taking care of the kids, if he is insecure, he won't be able to just take care of the kids and not have an issue with that.
Right.
And if you're an insecure guy, you're going to feel like I should be doing more, blah, blah, blah. And it also depends on dynamic, but
yeah,
for the most part.
So I don't even know how I feel about that. I don't think there's anything wrong with a guy being a stay-at-home dad.
Mm-hmm.
As long as he's not insecure. Like you said, eventually, though, with every couple, there might be some issues going on down the line if the woman is the breadwinner, just because for like all of creation pretty much it's been the men that go to work and the women that stay home, and it makes sense because with young babies, like the women, you can nurse the kid, you're feeding the kid physically by being there, and now we have formula and everything, the guys can take care of all that, but it's just not the norm really, and it's becoming more the norm. Maybe in 100 years, it'll completely be the norm. Yeah. Like I said, it might be Junior in 100 years. It might be all the men having the babies by that point, you know, or anyone can. God only knows. So I'm not a complete traditionalist, but you know, there's going to be issues with this type of stuff, and I'm in favor of a fair playing field, you know.
Yeah. Also, right at the bottom here, it says that it's an 18-month program that they're running, and it's going to fund 20 transgender or non-binary Palm Spring residents. So it's not like a super like widespread thing, but I mean 20 people getting $900. It's a good amount of money.
20 people?
20 transgender or non-binary Palm Spring residents. It's an 18-month program.
Oh, all right. So it's only 20 people. Okay. Well, you know what? They ought to freaking find 20 other people, you know, that
just keep rotating 20 different
you know, 20 people that want to like midget toss. Give them 900 for 18 months. Work on your midget tossing skills, put Velcro on them, see, and Velcro, see if they can stick to a wall, like where you want it to, like play darts with them.
Yeah.
Give them money for that. Now that makes no sense at all, but not a lot makes sense
No, that's
that we
probably what's
talk
going on.
about. So
Oh, man.
you could make a case for money for anything at this point.
Real quick before we take off, did you have an opinion on the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard situation at all?
All right, like as far as what side I'm on.
Yeah, whatever. There's so many articles I could pull up, but it's better just a conversation.
Well, tell me what's going on as of late,
So,
recently.
as of late, so I believe the
lowdown.
deposition is Johnny Depp is suing Amber Heard over defamation because she claimed that he was abusive and other allegations or
Uh-huh.
whatever. The First of all, Amber Heard's legal team is like a disaster. They're falling
Believe
apart. The lawyer was asking a doctor questions about one of the incidents that happened. Amber Heard's lawyer, and the doctor started giving his answer, and he objected to his own question. He's like, objection, hearsay.
Oh
And
my
he was
God.
like, sir, you asked the question. And he was like, continue. So
Wow.
it's been a really messy thing, and it's all public. So everyone's dirty laundry is being aired out.
Well, Johnny used to be the Hollywood heartthrob. I mean, he still kind of is. He's still Johnny Depp. All the girls know him.
Mm-hmm.
The height of his fame and power was probably the Pirates of the Caribbean.
Pirates, yeah.
Like whatever that was, 10, 15 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm on his side as a male. No, not just because of that. You know what I mean? But I'm on his side because, she seems to be the abusive one from what we've seen.
Mm-hmm.
So, but the issue with him is that he became kind of a woman over time, and he let that happen.
I know what
He
you
should have gotten over it a long time ago, and there might have been issues back in the day. Were they married or are they married?
I don't think they were married.
Never married.
No, he has a baby mama.
Okay.
So I think
He should have been man enough to end this thing 10 years ago if there was issues. And what he did, like most men, they don't want to end stuff because it's too much work. And they're like, forget it. I don't want to deal with all this shit if I try to break up with her.
or feel weak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He should have put his foot down then. So the situation got worse and worse over the years. And now he's literally on the brink. And I'm on his side, but it's like, Johnny boy, like, come on, bud. Like, you're a big boy. I thought you had a set of cojones. I saw you in the Caribbean movie. You were the man.
Yeah.
What happened to you?
I thought the same thing. So I thought, those toxic relationships like that, man, once you get into it, you allow it to happen or you don't. And he was probably, and it doesn't hide the fact that, they're on drugs. They're still
For
doing
sure.
coke and drinking
Definitely.
and doing all this shit. So
Yeah,
there's
he looks
plenty of-
like shit. I
Yeah.
mean, like, you can tell he's fucked up.
But there was one part that made me laugh. You know the scene in Pirates where he's like, I get a jar of that. I get a jar of
Yeah.
that. So she was like, it's got like white sand inside or whatever. She's like, I knew he did cocaine. I didn't know how bad it was until I walked in and I saw cocaine full in a huge jar. And then
Yeah.
she's like thinking it's cocaine. It's like you can see how far her mind is gone. Like,
Right. No, the rich white man's drug. That... I guess you can blame a lot of it on the cocaine. You know what? And the drinking. It's like, God, those are two of the worst things you can do regularly. And all these freaking Hollywood big shots are doing this shit. I mean, not all of them. But it's like, you're letting your life go to shit. Come on,
Yeah.
snap out of it, bud. I would just kick his ass, viciously kick his ass until he tapped out. And then finally it'd probably knock some sense into him. He might be in a wheelchair after. You know what? No, I wouldn't do that. I would sit him down and be like, Johnny boy, enough is enough. Do what needs to be done, pal.
yeah,
Do what needs to be done.
I agree.
And
I
that
would say
is,
the
I
same
don't know
thing.
what.
Just get the fuck out of there.
Yeah. So, poor guy, he'll figure it out. He's still got some of his life left. Not a lot of it, but he can salvage it.
Hopefully. Good luck, Johnny.
Take some Roman.
Yeah, he'll definitely need
Yeah.
that.
All right. Well, we're probably running long here, but that was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it, everybody. I hope some of my fans can listen to this and maybe get all giddy inside like I've been for the past 40 minutes. So I love you all. Have a nice weekend. Not that it matters. 'Cause you don't even know what weekend it is right now, but enjoy.
Take care, my friends.
All right.